It's just after dawn and we're leaving Palma Harbour in Mallorca on the first leg of bringing this boat Cessien back to England. Palma is just pure boat pornography. There's boats of every size and description, and the only thing they have in common is that they're expensive. The plan we've got is to take this boat back west through the Med to the Spanish coast hop down there, go to Gibraltar, maybe get across to Morocco, and then go up the Atlantic coast of Spain, Portugal and France back to England. It would have been cheaper to put the boat on a truck, a low loader, and bring it back, but that wouldn't be much of an adventure. We've got a great price on the boat. A combination of a good deal and the fact that the euro's so weak meant that it was actually financially viable to buy it down here and drive it back, and I'd still be better off, including the fuel costs, than I would have been had I bought it in England. So it's win-win, an adventure on the way. So the first stop today, hopefully, is going to be Ibiza in maybe 2 or 3 hours, but it looks pretty windy out there, so everything depends on the weather conditions when we get out there. And conditions were a little rougher than I'd expected for our first real outing on the boat. After a bit of very un-Mediterranean weather, we've arrived in Ibiza town. Really choppy crossing, but luckily the wind was following us, so it was good. Ibiza town was a pleasant surprise. I'd thought it would be crawling with drunken, pill-popping kids. Maybe we just got lucky. And as we crept out of the harbour before dawn, we were seeing it at its best. The 70-mile crossing to mainland Spain took far longer than anticipated. Being used to boating in the Atlantic, I'd thought of the Med as a lake, but it can be far from that. Well, it's our first landfall on mainland Spain. Where are we, Mark? Calpe. I soon learnt another lesson about Mediterranean boating.
Looks like we're going into middle Russia.
The small inland sea of Mar Menor had sounded an ideal stopover. However, like many Mediterranean resorts, it virtually shuts down in the winter, and on this grey and rainy day, it felt like we'd strayed onto the set of Zombie Apocalypse. A unanimous decision to roll on. However, I'd also planned to refuel in one of the marinas there, and as we headed further south along the Spanish coast in worsening conditions, I realised I should have followed my usual practice. If fuel's available, always top up. Because closing on Cartagena, we found ourselves critically short of diesel. Well, we're extremely low on fuel. Surprising how much we burnt on this last bit of a rough sea, and so what we've done, we've gone down to running on one engine at the moment just to conserve fuel. Hasn't made much difference at low speed, and we're just going to sort of potter in towards Cartagena doing this. Hopefully we'll get in there. Bit of a miscalculation, I think, just getting used to a new boat. Well, it just said 0% here on the engine we're running on, and then it's gone back to 4%. So we'll kind of run on this one as far as we can. Well, by the time we made it into Cartagena, I think we were just running on fumes. The town itself was a gem. A beautiful and stylish city steeped in history from Roman times and even before. But with a good forecast, we needed to keep moving on.
I was intrigued to continue exploring the Spanish coast, and Gibraltar and Morocco were beckoning.